Hey everybody, Spencer Jones here with yakangler.com. I am here in Pompano Beach, Florida to fish with my buddy Israel Dunn here in the extreme kayak fishing series Sailfish Smackdown. You probably have watched a couple of the live videos I've posted up and Yak Angler has shared around, but we wanted to bring you, Yak Angler wanted to bring you into it a little bit more with one of the contestants, one of the extreme anglers, one of the elite ones.
The elite.
Who is out there fishing it and letting me tag along with him and fishing it. So, Israel, you brought this idea up to me. What made you want to do this tournament?
Just being a guy trapped in Wisconsin was the big thing. 4 years ago in a magazine, I saw the picture, the iconic picture of Joe Hector, who runs the tournament, walking up the beach with this giant kingfish on his back, dragging a kayak across the front, and that image has stuck with me forever. At the time, I didn't know what he was doing, but as I read through the article and learned more and more about what was going on, I started to notice that like the who's who in the kayak industry attends this tournament. Whether they catch anything or not, these are the guys that are here, so it became this bucket list item I wanted to kind of check off my angling resume.
Very nice. So from a picture to the research and seeing that this is some event that you really want to be at, and you made it happen now.
We made it happen, finally.
Yeah. Well, we got through, well, with that, any preparation, anything in particular, anything special you did to get ready?
A lot of research and reading, because obviously we don't have salt water in Wisconsin.
Obviously.
I guide in Wisconsin for muskie, so it's a big fish, but it's not a big fish that runs like any big fish here. And then, as you know, from palling around through the tournament today, we have to learn how to deal with currents and deal with surf launches, which you never do in Wisconsin. You know, I back up to the ramp and walk down the dock to go fishing. That was probably the biggest thing that I had to do to research. And then a lot of it was just figuring out what gear and what tackle and what rods and what you actually needed to land a sailfish or a kingfish, for that matter, from a kayak.
So a lot of different things going on with this tournament as far as research goes, just like you would with any tournament, especially for a new species for you. And as Israel mentioned, today we learned a heck of a lot about currents. We know about currents. We fish rivers. We've done this, and you have that where you are, we have it where we are. But this was completely different. I mean, a 5 mile an hour
current
in the Gulf Stream was just, you know, you get to 150 foot depth. That thing's cruising. We paddled for 2 hours, literally 2 hours.
You paddled.
I paddled. He pedaled in his Slayer, native Slayer, for 2 hours, and nothing. We did not move at all. It was ridiculous. Long story short, we did get back. We learned today, and that's one thing, takeaway I have from it. What's one of the takeaways you have from today, from our interesting and fun experience?
So the biggest takeaway I got today, and I'm still thinking about it now, hours now after the tournament, day one is ended, and we're cleaned up, is that if you are thinking about going somewhere, or you're thinking about fishing a saltwater event, and you're a freshwater guy like me, is that you really need to plan your boat setup, because as I learned today, the power poles and all the mounting brackets and all the things that I carry freshwater fishing in Wisconsin create holes that allow salt water to get in when you're on a water like the Atlantic, where you have waves coming over the front. The biggest thing I learned from today was that I should have brought a new kayak or acquired a kayak from somebody down here to borrow and use that is already set up to fish the salt, as opposed to bringing my own for sentimental reasons, only to have to hit the beach a little early just so I could drain, you know, 15-20 gallons of water out of the bottom of my boat.
Right. So not only the research of knowing what to bring and how to fish it and all that stuff, but also seeing do you have the best kayak for that purpose?
Yes, like we've had other anglers who have had their pedal drive systems break. So if you brought a pedal drive kayak and you don't have it maintained and ready to go, it's a great thing if you're in a current to fish with a pedal driven kayak. Any of the brands, pedal driven kayak, it doesn't matter. But if you don't have the replacement parts, the accessories that are needed to do it, and now you're having to paddle one of these giant boats, as we saw a couple guys have to do you're literally standing still at an event like the Sailfish Smackdown. You just don't go anywhere.
No, it's crazy. And poor guy had to deal with that. Thankfully, he's getting that repaired tonight.
Yep.
And this community, the kayak fishing community, is wonderful anyway. If you haven't realized this yet, go to a tournament and see that amazing community. They're willing to help you out in so many different ways. Well, this has been just a really quick little interview with Israel Dunn from Madison. He's a land-based fishing guide, kayak fishing guide, does a podcast, bluegills to bull sharks, and all that good stuff. So if you get a chance, check him out, and really thank you for watching. But before you leave, Israel, what's the best way for them to get a hold of you?
The best way to find me would be on Facebook. But if you want to follow along on my crazy random adventures, you really need to find the angler page, because I've maxed out the standard profile page.
Yeah.
And if you just want to know what I'm up to or things that are going on, you can just check out the blog over at shoreboundhero.com. It's updated all the time, and you can get a good feel for what guys like us do on our off days.
I appreciate you inviting me on this trip and taking me on. Thank you so much for joining us for our interview, Israel. It's been great.
Yep,
Thank you so much. Have a great day, folks.
All right.
Thanks.
Yay. I should wake up dog.